Well, hello and welcome to Bingewatch, the podcast where we take a look at the hottest new TV and film releases on streaming television platforms. I'm Hannah Fernando, the editor-in-chief of Woman and Woman in Home magazine.
And I'm Ian McEwen, writer on TV and Streaming Week, TV Times and What's on TV magazines. And today we're looking at the new releases that will be available on Friday the 19th of June 2026, including the return of Colin Farrell as alien private detective Sugar on Apple TV, and the latest thriller of the Harlan Coben production line, I Will Find You, on Netflix.
And we'll also be checking out season 2 of Northern Irish comedy Funboys on iPlayer and street racing sequel Your Fault London on Prime Video. But first, Ian, what's in the news?
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, they co-own a professional sailing team. And of course, Ryan Reynolds, Wrexham FC as well, isn't it? But anyway, they're going to feature in a Disney Plus docu-series following catamaran competitions across the globe. What else is in the news, Hannah?
Prime Video's high-octane thriller The Kellys, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Liam Hemsworth, will centre on a shamed New York cop whose wife is taken hostage by terrorists. That's a happy story.
Oh, I've been doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger dog training course. Do you know what it's called?
No.
Total Recall. It's a dad joke, isn't it? It's a dad joke. Anyway.
That is a dad joke. I can't believe I walked into that as well.
Let us crack on. We're going to start on Netflix with a new thriller called Harlan Coben's I Will Find You. And here's a clip.
My name is David Burrows. I'm currently serving a life sentence for killing my little boy. The thing is, I didn't do it.
I need to show you something. I think Matthew's alive.
If Matthew's out there, I'm gonna find him and bring him home.
Right, that's enough of Liam Neeson because he's not even in it. It's 8 episodes. I mean, it's pretty relentless, the number of Harlan Cobens that drop on Netflix, because he's signed a deal, I think, to do 14 of his books for them. So, yeah, happy days. So, yes, in this one, a chap called David Burrows, who's played by Sam Worthington from Avatar, he's serving a life sentence for murdering his young son, Matthew. Or did he? He claims that he's innocent. His journalist sister-in-law, Rachel, played by Severance star Britt Lower, gets in touch. Well, she comes to visit him in prison and shows him some dramatic evidence that could clear his name. So, yeah, you kind of know what the deal is with Coben. There's a sort of apparently inexplicable situation, and then there's a dramatic twist that no one could possibly predict that clears everything up at the end. So, yeah, it's a bit odd with this one because when the crime was committed, they couldn't prove with DNA that it actually was his son who was dead, which I kind of find, well, that's pretty unusual. I don't particularly like Coben's series, but his books and the adaptations are hugely popular. So, and you know, it's well done for what it is, I think. So, if you like Coben, you're going to like this because it's more of the same. And also, Stop Press. He's got a new real-life crime series coming up on ITVX about true crime investigations. I felt episode 1 was enough for me. What do you think of this, Hannah?
I mean, it's not really me, is it? This is not really my genre. I don't absolutely love it. Although, I suppose with this one, the fact that, you know what I'm like with children, you know, and kind of anything to do with a child, it really upsets me hugely. And I mean, imagine being wrongly convicted of something. So that grabbed me quite quickly. I think that storyline was a bit sort of different and had a probably something, you know, you say everything's quite similar of this ilk, and I suppose it is, but that felt a little bit different, a little bit more kind of playing on a regular person's, I don't know, emotions, I suppose. I agree with you. I'm not going to be hanging about for the whole 8 episodes. It's too much. It's too dark. It's just too miserable in a world where I'm just looking for happy things to watch at the moment. But yeah, I mean, if you like this sort of thing, this is right up your street. It does what it says on the tin. It's what all the rest have done too. So you're not going to be disappointed.
Well, we have got something a bit lighter coming up now, don't we? Which is a feature-length drama on Prime Video called Your Fault, London. And here's a clip.
Don't forget about me when you're at Oxford.
Uni is literally for exploring your options. Dangerous kind of crowd.
We do hang out a lot.
She's just a colleague.
It's a bit toxic though, no?
After sort of Disney The Rivals, it feels like everything's a bit racy at the moment, doesn't it? It's all kind of based on different books, and it's just sort of lots of people hopping to bed with other people. Basically, it feels like the summer we're looking at in terms of TV and films, but this is a racy romantic saga, and it is a remake of a Spanish movie, Culpa Tuya. Is that how you pronounce it? And so some people might be familiar with this, and some people might not be. But I suppose so you're immersed in this immediately. These two young lovers sort of are introduced as just regular people who are having a lovely time and who just seem to have just been enjoying each other's company, nothing to see here sort of thing. But of course, as you go along, you realise that this is a relationship that is very, very secret, and that is because they're step brother and sister. So therefore, it's a secret boyfriend essentially, and they. I mean, there's not a problem with that, other than I suppose it's just a bit uncomfortable. They live under the same roof. They're tiptoeing around the house. It's a beautiful backdrop, because living in this incredible house, moneyed. She's off to Oxford. Noah Morgan, played by Asher Banks, is heading up to Oxford University. But of course, it's when you go to university, even when you go to college and you're so young and you're with somebody, the idea of it lasting, of course, there's lots more fish in the sea. That's kind of the old saying, isn't it? And that's exactly what happens here. So this is a love story. It is racy at times. It's not as bad as The Rivals, I hasten to add, but it's got that kind of happy-go-lucky vibe about it, with those down moments, if you like, of more complex scenarios of different relationships coming into play. I haven't watched the whole feature-length film yet, but I'm definitely going to continue, because it's light, it's easy entertaining. You're very, very quickly thrust into it, and I really enjoyed what I've seen so far. You in?
Well, I don't know if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you're in a secret relationship with your stepbrother / stepsister, and your best friend is heavily in debt and asks you to win a streetcar racing race to get him out of trouble. I think we've all been there. Well, that's what happens in this. I wasn't particularly thinking that I would enjoy this. It's a sequel to a film called My Fault, London. And in that, you find out how these two met. So Noah is American, and Michael, played by Joel Nankervis, is a Brit. And basically they meet as stepbrother and stepsister and fall for each other. So as you say, that's already happened when we join them there. And of course, yes, going off to university, it's usually the death knell for pre-existing relationships, isn't it? So I was pleasantly surprised by this, because they're beautiful people. They've got lovely cars and houses, and you see them at the tennis club, and the street racing, like Fast and Furious style street racing, and it's all sexy and steamy as well. And there are baddies, and rivalries, love rivals, and so at uni she's kind of drawn to this nerdy guy from her engineering lecture, and meanwhile at work he is sort of in a business deal with this woman who clearly really fancies him. And yes, there's a big dramatic twist quite early on in their relationship. Yeah, and there's the street, because they're both really good sort of drivers, street racing drivers as well, of course they are. So yeah, I thought it was great, a bit of escapism. I enjoyed it. Yeah, let's have some more. Let's have Their Fault, New York. Bring it on. Now we move across to Apple TV for the return of the sci-fi. Turned out to be a sci-fi, didn't it? Called Sugar, starring Colin Farrell. And here is a clip.
Hello. Have we met before?
I'm not sure.
I'm Charlotte.
Like the web.
Like the spider.
You're a long way from Beverly Hills with this gang.
It's a wild world out there. Who do you work for exactly?
You're gonna try to think your way out of this.
I'm gonna keep doing my job.
I don't think so. It's just a matter of time.
See, I vaguely remember reviewing episode 1 of season 1 of this, and it was very much a kind of neo-noir with the brilliant Colin Farrell, who I absolutely love, playing a private detective. And he looks he looks very retro. He's got a kind of Men in Black outfit on, the classic black suit, white shirt, black tie. He drives a classic car. He does a sort of Chandler-esque voiceover. It's set in LA, so it's a really interesting mix of this kind of retro sort of LA Confidential vibe with the contemporary setting. But then, and you know, I'm going to have to give away this spoiler if you haven't seen season 1. So if you'd like to avoid it, just switch off for the next 30 seconds. Yeah, partway through season 1, big twist. It turns out he's an alien. And you think, wow, how are they going to get away with that? So yeah, I'm not sure everyone bought into that, but I like it. I mean, I think season 2 starts in pretty dramatic style, and Farrell really underplays this character. So you've got the kind of, you know, him picking up a new case, which is he's looking for the brother of a sort of up and coming boxer, Danny, played by Jin Ha, and that kind of takes him into the underbelly of LA, you know, kind of bare knuckle fights and all sorts of things, and sort of people nicking drugs and things like that. And so you've got the otherworldly bit about him kind of, you know, mourning his home planet, and then you've got the sort of private eye gumshoe stuff, and then some of the stuff in the crime related stuff in LA almost has like a kind of dreamlike quality. And also what's very effective is he gets a lot of information, which is a kind of alien trope, isn't it, from watching old films. And so they kind of cut in clips from classic movies into the action, which I think works really well. So yeah, other people in it, you've got Shea Wigman as a government agency employee. You've got Sasha Calais from The Flash as a street hustler. Tony Dalton from Better Call Saul as a cop. And Laura Donnelly from Outlander as Charlotte Fisher, who's this enigmatic woman who he meets while dining alone in his hotel restaurant. So yeah, it looks good. Farrell is great. Yeah, it's got a nice sort of retro weirdly meets contemporary meets sci-fi thing that I think it works. I like it. It's just not for everyone. What did you think, Hannah?
Well, to be honest with you, I was just there for Colin Farrell. That was it. You know, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't really matter what it was about, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't particularly love this kind of genre. I feel like I say that a lot. That's really bad, isn't it? I'm so stereotypical in what I like. Anyway, Colin Farrell's so good. He is so versatile. He does so many different things. But I just love the fact that he's kind of back in that sharp suit, behind the wheel of that, that vintage Corvette. He just, I don't know, that character's just made for him, I think. And so, yeah, it kind of didn't really matter what was going on around it because I was completely one-dimensional about this. But actually, I have enjoyed what I've seen so far. I do think, the kind of this private eye, he's absolutely, I feel like in everything he does, actually, he really, really lives the person that he is. And I think that really, really helps. So, and as I say, he is diverse in everything he's done, but he absolutely, truly believe his character, and you do in this too. So yeah, not a genre that I absolutely love, but I think that if you like Colin Farrell, you'll watch it and you'll enjoy it for sure.
Yeah, good eyebrows.
He does have good everything, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, we're going to finish on BBC Three and BBC iPlayer with another returning series, this time a comedy called Funboys. And here's a clip.
I apologise, the crops have been a bit late due to the potato blight. I believe the learned men are calling it the Pythopthora infestans.
I don't want a science lesson, you slack-faced lickers. I'm here to collect the rents. And you better have it soon, or may God have mercy on your poor, feckless little effing soul. Because I certainly won't.
I don't remember us reviewing this first time round, and I didn't think we had. I went back and had a little bit of a look at the first series to see if that kind of helped me, because if I'm honest with you, when I first started to watch this, I didn't fall in love with it straight away. And I thought, is it because I'm missing something? I haven't warmed to these characters. And maybe arguably that is still the case, but I did go back and did have a quick look and just see, whether that would help. Don't know that it particularly did. I imagine it's like those. It's not like A League of Gentlemen, but when I say A League of Gentlemen, what I mean is that some people like that comedy and some people don't. It's kind of, I reckon it's relatively divisive. You kind of, do I need to stick with it? It's probably what I would ask you, Ian, if you've watched any more of it than I have. Do I need to stick with it? I didn't hate it. Put it that way. Absolutely didn't hate it. So this is a comedy. So straight away you need to find this sort of comedy funny. And I suppose the big deal about this second series is that we've got Steve Coogan in here, and he comes along straight away. And I love the story of how they got Steve Coogan into it. It's basically they knew somebody who knew him, and they had been shown footage of him watching it, so they wrote to him and asked him if he could be in it, and he actually agreed, which is amazing. So it's this small fictional town, Ballymacnoose, and it's all around the sort of luckless chap Callum, and it's quite odd. I'm even struggling to try and describe what actually happens. There's lots of different kind of sketches. What I will say about Steve Coogan is that he, when you first start to watch, he comes in, he seems sort of all right. Within seconds, he's absolutely terrifying. It's proper method acting. He's really, really quite scary. So I suppose you have got that kind of like that kind of vibe, and then also it's funny over here. So I suppose you've got the lights and shades or something like this. I think I probably need to keep on with it a bit and to see whether I enjoy it anymore or whether it's just not for me. Ian, can you shed any more light on? Did you love the first series?
Well, I didn't watch the first series, and I would say, yeah, you kind of need to go back to that just because that's where all the characters and the relationships are established. But it's created by Rhian Lennon and Ryan Dillon, and they also appear in it. So Lennon plays the naive Jordan. Dillon plays his pal Callum. Yes, Steve Coogan. I think there is a bit of a Liam Neeson theme to this podcast because Coogan, basically Callum has got a job at a folk museum in County Down. He's playing a peasant, one of these places where you go to see how life was lived back in the day. And Coogan plays Philip Cantwell, who is an actor. He's got a job that he's playing a cruel landowner during the potato famine, which some of them have never heard of. his character goes method and just really takes it to the extreme. So I think it's good. I mean, it kind of got shades of bit of In-Betweeners, maybe, bit of Derry Girls, bit of This Country. I think it's pretty creative and different. These lads, very talented. So yeah, there's just something quite charming about it, I think. So I would recommend. Now, we've got to that time, young Hannah Maladio, where we find out what the hell you've been binge watching.
Well, I'm spending my whole time trying to avoid the football, which I'm boycotting, which is not a time to discuss this right now. But yeah, I mean, you can't really, because it's everywhere on every television screen in my home, I think. But I did take a moment to watch. I just love The Real Housewives, but I watched The Real Housewives of Orange County. That made me happy. How about you, Ian?
I've been watching the football. I even, because the dog woke me up in the middle of the night needing to go to the loo, I actually caught the Scotland-Haiti game at 2 a.m, which was fabulous. Very nerve-wracking, but a great result. Also, I was lucky enough to interview Mr. Gary Lineker running up to the World Cup. And of course, he is doing his podcast, The Rest is Football. That's being shown every day on Netflix for the duration of the tournament. And he's in this amazing pad in Times Square, New York. And you've got various bods, his regulars, Alan Shearer and Micah Richards, who appears on a TV screen quite a lot because he's also doing punditry for the TV. So when they get annoyed with him, they just switch the telly off. It's just quite funny. Anyway, I digress. We've just got time to look ahead to next week's offerings. So what's on the agenda?
Well, there is a Netflix sports documentary, Chris and Martina, The Final Set, which sees the tennis legends and friends Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova, get your teeth in, Hannah Fernando, open up about their lives, careers and cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, and I've watched that. It's very moving, very good. And, the acclaimed Disney Plus series, The Bear, is bowing out with one last series. So we look forward to those and much, much more. But in the meantime, dear listeners,
Keep watching.